My dad didn't do any drugs. He didn't drink at all. But he smoked non-fucking stop.
Oh, yeah.
He had these amazing metal stands with the amber carved ashtrays like you would use for cigars. Like you'd find them in very elite cigar bars or old restaurants or stuff. Like if you watch old movies, you see those things there. When they're in some kind of lounge in LA, you see those amber ashtrays on the table.
It's like an ashtray TV tray in a way. Like they'll bring it over your seat. You can put it down. So
something like that. But he had the stands, like the big stands right here with the handle, the curved handle on top, and you have the amber ashtray there, so you could put your. And they're meant for cigars. But my dad had them in various rooms of the house, and they would stack as a pyramid of cigarettes because he would never throw it out. He'd make my mom clean all that stuff up. So he would just keep smoking. If the ashtray wasn't empty, it would just keep piling up until it started falling all over the place. And then he would, if he had to forcefully do it himself, which he should have, he'd get all pissed, whatever. But he had it in there. The cars. All his cars stunk of cigarettes. The ashtrays, when they had those metal ashtrays with the teeth grooves in there to hold the cigarettes at the time, were always full. And they had that trap door to make it look like it was hidden within the console of the car.
It wasn't.
Flipped it open and all the cigarettes are falling out. Like that was his vice. He smoked. I swear to God, not an exaggeration. I think at his worst, he was doing like 2.5 cartons a week.
Like, I don't think I ever remember your dad not smoking something.
Yeah.
At some point.
I used to, I mean, it's very illegal, but 80s and the 90s were a different set of circumstances. We would go somewhere and he would pull up to 7-Eleven, hand me $20 and tell me the carton of what his brand was to go get. And he'd park right at the front door of a 7-Eleven or something. And I'd go running in and I asked for the carton. They'd look over and see my dad in the car. I'd give him the money. They'd give me the cigarettes because they knew it was him. Because if it wasn't me doing that, it was. If it wasn't me running in to get the cigarettes, it was my dad going to or stopping home from work at that 7-Eleven or whatever place we went to that knew it was him to buy those cigarettes. So I'd go in and what was it?
Did you ever go to like the Denny's or like whatever diner had the cigarette machines out in the lobby?
No, they got rid of those a long time ago. They used to have them at the bowling alleys.
Yeah,
they used to have them in the bars at the bowling alleys, the old cigarette machines.
The supermarket used to have them before, like, they switched over. Like
they got rid of those cigarette machines pretty quick. Like in the
early
80s,
90s,
they were gone. They weren't there for that long. I think Carlton's was his first, the brand I remember first getting. Carlton's 100? No. Yeah, the 100s. Carlton 100s. And then he switched to Merit Ultralight 100s. Like the Ultralight was going to be good. And then I forget what else he
it's like saying Chipotle is healthy for you.
But yeah, he used to just hand me a 20 and I'd have to run out and get. That was always the thing. My dad was his whole thing with the family was he's cash, you're carry. So he paid for everything, but you guys have to go buy it, carry it, deliver it, whatever. He would just give you the money and then he'd have nothing else to do with it. So like, here you go, $20. I'd have to go out and get his cigarettes. Here you go, $20. My brother would have to go out and pump the gas, because New Jersey I think New Jersey's the only state left that pumps your gas, that it's still a law that you can't pump your own
it's so
gas.
Annoying.
Oregon, I think Oregon might be.
Oregon might be too. Well, New York was never that, so you'd have to go and pump the gas. And if you went to the Hesh station and you're a little kid, you'd always have to go, which one am I doing? Is it the green one, the white one, the yellow one? You didn't know what the different pumps were for. But yeah, I was pumping gas as a little kid, buying cigarettes, all that shit. And that was his only vice.